Hello everybody. I'm going to go through the most missed questions on the benchmark. The benchmark is grouped in different categories, and I'm going to go and show you the most missed questions for each category. For category number 1, we have a question about the cell cycle. It asking which drug inhibits the synthesis of DNA. Well, we got to remember what phase the synthesis of DNA occurs. It's not the G phases because that's where growth occurs. It's not the M phase because that's where mitosis occurs. During the S phase, it's when DNA is synthesized. Here in reporting category number 1, we have this question, and it's talking about the flow of water. If we remember, water flows from a high amount to a low amount. The question wants to know what conditions cause the vacuole to fill with water. In order to fill with water, there has to be a higher amount of water outside than inside. So the best answer that describes this condition is F, where concentration of water is greater outside the cell than inside the cell. For reporting category number 2, which of these is the direct result of an error in the transcription of DNA? We have to remember when we're transcribing DNA, we're taking DNA and making RNA. And when you make RNA, you're also making the codons. So if there's an error in the RNA, you also have an error in the codon sequence. For this question, we have an image of RNA, and we have an image of tRNA with tRNA and amino acids attached to it. What is the purpose of this process? The purpose of this process is to translate the genetic code into a specific sequence of amino acid. This is the process of translation. This question here is quite confusing because it has a big chart with numbers. So we have to figure out what those numbers mean. The numbers mean the differences. Okay, so the higher the number, the more different the organisms are. So we need to know about the relatedness of the lizards and the data. Okay, so the higher the number, the more different. The lower the number, the more related they are. So if we did this correctly, we'll see that number 4 here, these two organisms would be the most related. So if we look here, your correct answer is B. Alright, this question is kind of confusing. We've got an unknown leaf, and we have to identify it using this dichotomous key. So, first thing you do is you look at number 1, A and B. Is it a compound leaf? No, it's a simple leaf. So it tells us to go to 3. So if we look at the 3, is the leaf length 4 or more times greater than the width? Well, no, because if it was, it would be a really long leaf like this. So we're going to go here to 3B. So then we've got to go to 4. Is it pointed at the tip? No. Is it rounded at the tip? Yes. So this is the name of the leaf. So your correct answer was D. Alright, here it gives you a little picture, and if you can't tell, those are flowers. So based on the information, a student conclude that boron is absorbed by plant roots from a soil and then like any other materials that are absorbed in the roots, especially minerals, it gets transported to the reproductive tissues by the plant's shoot system. So for another reporting category number 4, we're looking at the endocrine system. Remember, the endocrine system deals with your hormones, and it interacts with the nervous system. That is your brains and your neurons and all that good stuff. So the correct answer for this one is B. Because of the hormones, you guys got to remember, endocrine system is your hormones. Neural processing, that's your nervous system. Alright, reporting category 5. This is the information that we just wrapped up in our classes. The question is, how much energy would be expected in the secondary consumer level? So every level you go up, you got to drop a 0. Primary would be 1,000. Secondary would be 100 joules. So here's reporting category number 5. This is an example of symbiosis. We've got to describe the relationships. Number 1, bees and plants, that's mutualism. Number 2, green algae growing on spider crabs, and they both benefit, so it's mutualism. Number 3, fleas and dogs, that's parasitism. Number 4, nitrogen-fixing bacteria and plants, that's mutualism. So the correct answer for this one was D, because 1, 2, and 4 are mutualism, and number 3 is parasitism. Alright everybody, I hope you enjoyed looking at those questions, and good luck on the real test. I will see you soon. Bye-bye.